Hello, everyone. Welcome to the undergraduate webinar series, an online interactive platform connecting high school students to the Ashoka community. Thank you for joining us today for the webinar on scholarships at Ashoka. My name is Niyati. I work with the Office of Outreach. Joining me today are Jayati Bhatia, Assistant Director, Office of Financial Aid, and Tejasvi Anand, Deputy Manager, Office of Financial Aid. Hi, everyone. So together we will be addressing some of your queries on scholarships that are available for the students at Ashoka University. Before we begin, I would like to inform the audience that the final round for the UG admissions for the year 2025. So the deadline for the final round is in 10 days. That is 25th April 2025. So you guys can apply. Without any delay, I think we can start the webinar. I would request the audience to kindly type any questions that they might have in the Q&A box, and then we can take it further. So we'll start. I think we can start the discussion with Jayati first.
Yes. So thank you, Niyati, for the introduction. And hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the webinar today. So today we'll be talking about scholarships at Ashoka University. So let's start with the first, I think, question which most of the students have, which is what is this need-based, scholarships which Ashoka University is offering? What is the philosophy behind it? Well, to answer that question, so Ashoka University being the largest collective philanthropy in education in India, our aim is to ensure that quality education is available to all. Because we believe that when a student gets selected to study at Ashoka, they all should have an equal chance to succeed academically at Ashoka because they have already been through a very rigorous and a holistic admission process. But we do acknowledge the fact that financially, everyone may not be at the same level. They may not be able to afford the fees either in part or in full. So, therefore, we have this program which actually looks at your ability to pay rather than your academic standing. It really tries to create that level playing field for all the students so that once they get selected, they all have an equal chance to study at Ashoka and their ability to pay does not become a hindrance in joining Ashoka. So that's the main philosophy behind our need-based scholarship.
Wonderful. Thank you for giving this introduction. This is a very basic thing that we talk about because a lot of students have this question about what is need-based scholarship, right? Because like they often do not hear about it. But talking about the need-based scholarship, I would want to discuss about the impact. I mean, what has been the impact of this need-based scholarship program and how many students usually receive the scholarship?
Okay. So talking about the impact of this need-based program, well, the impact has been very huge. And if I add up all the numbers since the beginning when the university started, then almost 5,000 and plus students have been benefited from this program. They have either received, they have either paid a part of the fees or did not pay any amount of fee. And of the resources that have been pulled in together, so almost 610 crore rupees went into funding education for these students. So this is an amount which has been unheard of in our country, going only towards need-based scholarships. And therefore, if you look at any batch and any set of students who are currently studying at Ashoka across all the programs, then nearly 50% of them are on some form of scholarships.
So you just mentioned some form of scholarship. What does that mean?
So, which typically means that if a student qualifies for this need-based scholarship, they can get anywhere starting from a 25% waiver on their tuition fees to a full waiver on all the costs, which includes their tuition fees, residence cost, as well as the meal expenses. So, this typically means that a student can get anywhere from a 2 lakh waiver to almost 12 lakhs waiver per annum on their full fees at Ashoka. So therefore, this need-based scholarship is typically not a yes or a no, that yes, either I'll get full scholarship or no, I will not get no scholarship. If you do qualify for it, you can get anywhere starting from a 25% waiver to a full waiver on all the costs. And on an average, we've seen that 60% of our students who qualify for this need-based scholarship, they receive around 4 to 5 lakhs waiver per annum on their tuition fees.
That's amazing. And is there any eligibility to apply or anyone can apply?
Okay, well, for this need-based scholarship, anybody can apply. There is absolutely no limitation in applying. There is only a logistical step which is involved in this process, which is that a student can only apply for this need-based scholarship once they have received a firm offer of admission. So the day they receive their form offer of admission, a link will be shared on their portal. So they have to go to that link and they have to just start applying for this scholarship. So there is absolutely, no cost involved in applying for this scholarship. Only a bit of your time is involved. If you have all the documents ready with you, you can easily finish this application within a 1 or 2 day window. So yes, so we really encourage everybody that once you get an offer of admission, you will be having an option to apply for the scholarship. So please go ahead and do apply and do not restrict yourself because there's absolutely no cost involved in applying.
Thank you, Jyoti, for providing a base to our audience to understand what is need-based scholarship. I would like to ask you a question to Tejasvi. Um, you can just tell us about how easy it is to apply for need-based scholarship.
Right. So, thank you so much. So, this is very simple. So, candidates can apply for the need-based scholarship as soon as they get the firm offer of admission. In our experience, we have seen that once the candidate has all the information and the documents ready, then it does not take more than 1 to 2 days to submit the form. And as the need-based scholarship form requires in-depth details of the family, therefore, we would suggest that the students also involve their parents or guardians to fill the form. I'll now take you to the main sections of the need-based scholarship form. So the first section is person and family details section, which talks about where you've studied, where you live, your address, both current and permanent, and your contact details along with your family members, their occupations, etc. The second section is earning member details and business details section. This section talks about the income details of your family members and the business details. If your family owns a business or a consultancy or any other profession. Then comes the wealth section, wealth and expenses section, which talks about all the assets and the investment details of your family, which and all fixed expenses of your family that incurs in a particular financial year. And finally, the last section talks about is the comment section, which is a mandatory field. This is your opportunity to explain in detail why your family requires the need-based scholarship. You may also feel free to write in all details that you feel we should know. It's also very useful for you to know that our assessment is completely based on what you provide. So please ensure that you provide us with an exhaustive information.
Perfect. That's a very simple process, actually. It's all just about the student.
Yeah.
But despite the process being so easy, what could be some challenges that the student might face while filling the form?
Right. Couple of them we've listed. In our experience, we've seen that sometimes parents are not willing to share the financial information and it being the sensitive data. So we'd like to assure everyone that all the information and documents shared with the financial aid office is utmost confidential and stored in a secured way in the Ashoka portal. Nobody has the access to this information apart from the financial aid office at Ashoka University. Not even other departments at Ashoka have any access to any of these details. So please, please feel free to, if you have any particular queries regarding this, any discussions that you would want to take with us, please drop in an email to financialaid@ashoka.edu.in and we'll be happy to have a conversation with you. The other challenge that we see is it's faced by some students at the time of filling the form, that in case they have some queries, they write to us after the deadline is over. And however, that time we are not able to open the form for them or help them in any way. So we encourage all the students to reach out to us within the deadline window so that we would ensure that we assist you in the best possible manner.
Perfect. So that's really helpful, I think, for the audience as well. But thank you for the guidance. However, there must be few pointers that the student should be responsible about. Could you also, mention few pointers about what other things that the applicant should be responsible about while filling the form?
Right, right. So the most important thing that we see here is clicking on the submit button. So many students, they complete the application and they think that the application is completed, but pressing the submit button towards the end of it is absolutely mandatory, because applications which are not submitted will not be processed or assessed. So firstly, click on the submit button and check the acknowledgement mail. So once you've submitted the form, do check the mail ID for the acknowledgement email. uh, you will now see on the screen two email addresses, which would be admissions@ashoka.edu.in and financialaid@ashoka.edu.in. We would encourage all the applicants to add these email addresses to the mailbox so that you do not miss any important communications or updates from our side. I'd also like to reiterate that while filling the form, we suggest you involve your parents, as sometimes it's seen that the students may not exactly be aware of the financial status, the financial details of the family. For example, if we talk about monthly salary and the annual income at two separate places, any confusion in the numbers in the data wrongly entered here may have a huge impact on the potential scholarship being offered. So that is why we request you to be careful with the financial figures that you punch in.
So with this, I have a little bit of a controversial question. As you said that, you should fill the figures and everything properly.
Right. Right.
What if you discover that the student has deliberately put wrong information and misled the office?
Yeah. So that's actually, it's a very, very good question. So for every form that we receive, it is subject to verification either through email or through a phone call, and also physical verification if need be. So if in our assessment it is found that the family has investments or savings whose details have not been shared in the need-based scholarship form, then the candidate's need-based scholarship application is subject to disqualification.
All right. Thank you so much for informing the audience about it. But how does the need-based scholarship process work? Like, when can a student apply for a need-based scholarship?
Right. So it all starts when you receive a firm offer of admission. Once you receive a mail or firm offer of admission, it would also talk about the need-based scholarship forms are now open. And on your student portal, you will find a link to the need-based scholarship form. The forms will for the round three will open on 25th June 2025, and the deadline to apply will only be 5 days. Also, this deadline is binding, so you must adhere to this deadline, as we'll not be able to extend it under any circumstances. Also, I'd like to add that during the process of filling the form, you may have a lot of questions, which could be specific to the specific to the financial standing of your family, maybe on how to fill the form, or very specific queries to your situation, or how the income disclosures happen in your country. And we also understand that some of you may not, fully understand how to upload the documents, and that too in a very short span of time. It's a 5-day window. So in such situations, we strongly urge you to reach out to us on the email ID that is shown on the screen right now, which is financialaid@ashoka.edu.in. You should also look at the sample financial aid form that has been uploaded on our webpage. It will help you arrange all the documentation in beforehand, so that you are able to complete the financial aid or the need-based scholarship form in due course. So you must also contact us before the deadline and not wait the deadline to get over. We will ensure that we answer all your queries or assist you in completing the form in case you face any difficulties. By any chance, if you feel the need to speak to representative from the financial aid office, you can also write to us sharing your contact details, and we will reach out to you.
Perfect. Thank you for providing such an insightful information about need-based scholarship. However, Jayati, I would want to ask few questions to you. Apart from need-based scholarship, is there any other scholarships, any merit-based scholarships that are available at Ashoka?
Yes, so we do have a merit-based scholarship, and this scholarship is applicable for all students who are interested in pursuing a science major. So, science major includes courses like physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, and mathematics. So, students who are interested in pursuing these majors at Ashoka, we have a clearly defined merit criteria, which is mentioned on the website, which says that in your class 12th, if you have a score of 98% and above, if you're coming from a CBSE, IB board, CBSE or ICSE board or any state board, and if you're coming from an IB board, you should have a score of 41 out of 42. And if you're coming from a Cambridge board, then your score should be A star, and A in your class 12th. So if you meet this merit criteria, then there is a need-based criteria which says that your family income should be less than 40 lakhs. So this is only in case of merit-based scholarship. Please don't confuse it with the need-based scholarship. Need-based scholarship as such has no criteria. This is only, I'm talking about the merit-based scholarship, that this has two criteria. One is the merit, which is basis on your class 12 scores, and second is the need, which says income of 40 lakhs and below. So if you qualify these two criteria, then we will shortlist you, and you have to then fill in a scholarship form, wherein you have to write an SOP as to why you want to study this particular major at Ashoka. And then the concerned faculty member will interview you basis your SOP, and they will make a final decision whether a student will qualify for the merit scholarship or not. So this is completely merit based. And if you get shortlisted, then students can get up to 100% waiver on the tuition fee, or else it can also go up to 100% waiver on the tuition fee and the residence cost. But there's a caveat involved here, wherein if a student gets a merit scholarship, then in every semester they need to have a CGPA, which is 3.5 and above. So they need to maintain that CGPA in order for the merit scholarship to continue. So that's it about the merit scholarships.
Perfect. Thank you. Also, apart from the scholarships, now we have an idea about what is need-based scholarship, the merit scholarship. Is there any fee concession also that Ashoka University provides?
Yes, so we do have fee concessions available for students who are a domicile of Haryana. So if you are a domicile of Haryana and if you're staying in Haryana for more than 15 years, then you can get a Haryana resident certificate in your name, which you can share with us, and you will be needing the latest ITR of your parents. So just by submitting these two documents, you can receive a fee concession of 25% waiver on the tuition fees. So for all Haryana resident or all Haryana domicile students, yes, they are eligible to receive a fee concession.
Perfect. I think we have covered a lot of things in this Q&A. Now, I have few questions from the audience. I would just read out those questions which are based on our whole discussion that we just had. So as we were talking about our need-based scholarship, is need-based scholarship also applicable for the students whose family is engaged in business?
I'll take this. So need-based scholarship is applicable to all the students who've been made a firm offer of admission, irrespective of the fact, irrespective of the parents' occupation or parents' line of business, they can apply for the need-based scholarship.
All right. If an international student is financially unable to contribute to education, do the financial aid cover the whole need, or even in case of full financial aid, are there any hidden fees or anything as such that an international student has to take care of while they're applying to Ashoka?
Yes. So, not really about the any other hidden expenses or any other hidden fee component. They'll just have to take care about their travel, and they have to apply for the need-based scholarship, and whatever need-based scholarship is being offered to them from the financial aid committee is the remainder of which they'll have to manage.
All right. So you have explained about what are the documents that are needed. Could you actually repeat what are the documents that are needed to apply for the need-based scholarship?
Right. So, firstly, we would request all the applicants and parents here to go visit our financial aid webpage and see uh, the the sample financial aid form that has been uploaded. Talking about the important documents, the first important document would be the Haryana domicile certificate. If your family possesses Haryana domicile certificate, you can either attach in the need-based scholarship form or maybe share it with us over the email. The second important documents are the family's financial documents. So, all documents related to earning members in the family, which includes the ITRs of parents, the salary slips of parents, and all the earning members in the family. So, if your siblings are earning, if you are earning member, if you are a partner in your business or profession, then you become the earning member. If your grandparents are earning members in your family, then they become their details have to be included in the need-based scholarship, or AKA financial aid form. And the bank account statements for the idea should be for the last 3 years. The salary slip should be for the last 3 months, and the bank account statements for the period of 12 months, the past 12 months. Now, just in case if you come from a family who majorly have businesses or professions, salary slips are not mandatory. So in this case, you can just upload the bank statements for the past 12 months and the ITRs for the past 3 years. Next, we have if you have a business or profession running in the family, then you should also be uploading the financial documents related pertaining to the business or profession in the family, which includes balance sheets, profit and loss statements, GST returns, income computation sheet, uh, any ITR statements, bank account statements for the period of 12 months. So anything which is, if there is the partnership agreement in the business, then the partnership deed, then these are the business documents that should be attached in the need-based scholarship form. Then, if you have any loans currently outstanding uh, in any capacity, which could be education loan, gold loan, car loan, so we have provided the space to attach all the relevant documents related to that. And finally, if you would want to share any other document with us, we have also provided that space after the comment section, which is in the expenses section. So you can attach any other relevant document pertaining to your financial standing, and we will consider that.
Perfect. Thank you. So there are multiple questions which is related to students' profile, which basically the students are asking, please explain the different types of scholarship if there are available, that is based on academic or extracurricular activities. Is there any scholarship that is available based on purely academics or extracurricular activities?
Okay, so as I already mentioned that we have merit scholarships, which we specifically call as the sciences merit-cum-means based scholarship. So that is the only merit scholarship which is available. Apart from that, for any student who is pursuing, say, a humanities course or a commerce-based course, there are no specific merit scholarships available. Or even if you are doing very well in your sports, some ECAs, then also you will not be eligible to apply for any merit scholarship. But yes, you can apply for this need-based scholarship. As already mentioned, that this need-based scholarship is for students just to ensure that your academic merit does not affect your hindrance in joining the university. So once through your merit you have received the offer of admission, through this need-based scholarship is your chance for you to come to the university and join the university. And we try to ensure that we can bridge the gap between the cost of the program and your ability to pay. So need-based scholarship is completely based on the financial standing of your family. So yes, so apart from the sciences merit-based scholarship, we do not have any other merit-based scholarship as of now available at Ashoka University.
All right. This is quite specific to a profile of a student. For example, one of the documents needed to apply for financial aid was the income tax return for the past 3 years. What if we can only provide the income tax return for the past 1 year? Also, the student is an international student from Nepal, and the parents' income pattern hasn't had significant changes for the past 3 years.
So firstly, I'll answer both the questions. Firstly, if the income tax returns are available for the 1 year, then the applicant or the parents can attach a self-declaration along with that 1 year ITR, saying that only 1 year ITR is available at the moment. The reasons for the other uh, two ITRs not being available at the moment, and the date by which they can be made available. So they can attach that letter with the only ITR that they have, and upload that document. And we, like the Office of Financial Aid, while assessing their financial aid, will contact them during our assessments, and will talk about the missing documents. I also like to tell all the students here that if in by any chance if you do not have a document right now, that should not be the hindrance for you to not filling the financial aid or need-based scholarship application. You should attach a self-declaration stating that this document is not available at the moment and will be made available by this particular date, and we'll write to you regarding that missing document. The next thing is if the income has not changed considerably, however, there should be documents to prove that the income has not been changed. So maybe they can get a letter from the organization in which the parents are working, which will testify that the income has not changed considerably. Then it works, but it has to be an updated recent document saying that the income is this much and the last year income was current income minus X percentage, or the new income is previous income plus X percentage.
Perfect. I would also want to request my audience that if you have specific question to your profile, like you would want to discuss about something which is related to your family income, your family situation, or anything as such, you can actually drop an email. The email ID is actually provided on the screen. You can put an email to the financial aid office and they will get back to you with an appropriate answer and the guidance. I would be taking all the questions here, but in case if I miss out any of the questions, you can actually reach out to them via email. Thank you. Moving further, what is the last date for form submission and last date for financial aid email?
Yeah,
I think
so
there are two
these
questions to it.
correct. So the
Yeah.
financial aid forms are open on 25th of June, 2025, and we have a strict 5-day window. So they close at 29th June, 2025. And we take somewhere 3 to 4 weeks to assess the financial aid information that we get in the financial aid form. So technically, the decision will be rolled out by the later July, and the acceptance deadline would be 31st July 2025.
Perfect. Um, so is there any merit? Okay, we have already covered it. So yeah, this is the question which is quite different. Is there any merit-based scholarship after joining Ashoka? Say, for example, if a student joined Ashoka without any scholarship, and in the second year the student would want a merit-based scholarship, will there be a possibility to apply for the same?
Merit-based scholarships are usually offered when a student is joining the university because, as we mentioned, that you have to fulfill a certain criteria. Only then you can be eligible to get the scholarship, and for the scholarship to continue, you have to maintain a certain CGPA. So, merit-based scholarship and even for Haryana domicile fee concession, you can only get it at the time of joining the university, but not in your second or third year. For a need-based scholarship, yes, you have an option to apply for this, which is in the month of April. But you can only apply for this if there has been some, drastic change in your family's financial circumstances. Because as the scholarship itself mentions that it's a need-based scholarship, so we look at your family's financial needs. And when you joined, post in the 1 year or 2 years, you feel that something has drastically changed in the family's financial circumstances, like maybe a loss of job or loss of an earning member in the family, then you can definitely reach out to us. And depending on our financial standing at that time, the committee will make a decision, and you will be required also to fill in the detailed financial aid form or the exceptional form for that. So yes, so for merit-based scholarships, there's no option to apply for a merit-based scholarship in the second year or a third year.
All right. And does the board exams results affect scholarship eligibility?
No. If you're applying for the need-based scholarship, then your board results will not affect your eligibility to receive the need-based scholarship. But for merit-based scholarship, yes, we definitely look at your class 12 scores.
Perfect. Is the scholarship 100% need-based or a part of it also merit-based?
So this is 100% need based.
100% based. Yeah.
If the need based, if they are applying for the need based scholarship, then there is no merit involved in that.
Okay. And once the student has got the scholarship, the need-based scholarship, will the financial aid team they re-verify the document every year, or it is just the process is only while they are applying for the need-based scholarship?
So most likely once they get the need-based scholarship, it will continue for the complete duration of the program, which is the 4-year degree, undergrad degree. However, in some of the circumstances, in some of the situations, the financial aid committee do grant a 1-year need-based scholarship. In that case, yes, the financial aid team will look into the financials every time.
Okay. And this is about the merit-based scholarship. I think we have already covered it. What is the required CGPA or board percentage required for merit-based scholarship? We discussed it actually.
Yes. Also, we have everything uploaded on our website and
Yes.
all the FAQs. So we request all the students and the parents to kindly visit the financial aid webpage and just look at everything. We've detailed everything there, the steps to apply, the FAQs regarding the need-based scholarship, the merit-based scholarship, the sample financial aid form. If you have any questions, we are more than happy to help you over the email.
We also have few questions related to admissions also. Um, I do not have in many extracurriculars. Will that affect my chances of getting in? So I'll take this, I guess. Your co-curriculars, your extracurriculars are the part of your profile. We are not specific about what extracurriculars you have been pursuing. It's all about your profile. Your profile also consists of your academic details, then your non-academic details, two essays, which is quite essential in the application format there, followed by the online assessment, which has questions related to critical thinking, problem solving, and one on-the-spot essay. We see the profile overall. We just do not go specific to one component. And then we basically give out the decisions. If you are qualified, like in the assessment and the application, you will be invited for an online interview round. And this online interview round is not a technical online interview round. It is basically to know you, to know about your profile, etc. So it's a holistic admissions process, not specific to co-curriculars. I hope I was able to answer the question. Now, also about the letter of recommendation, it should be basically from someone who knows you academically, your teacher, your mentor, and you can just put in the details of the recommender in the application form. If the admissions team would feel that we need a letter of recommendation, they would reach out to the recommender. Otherwise, they will not reach out to the recommender. Moving on to the scholarship-based questions. Um, okay, so there's one specific question. I am a Tibetan residing in India as a refugee. Will I be considered as an international student? Am I still eligible for the scholarship, specifically a full scholarship?
Yes. So you need to apply for the need-based scholarship once you are offered the firm offer of admission and share the complete details of your financial standing of the family, which includes the details of the earning members and all the details that are mentioned, which we also talked about. And you will be considered for the need-based scholarship.
Perfect. While applying for financial aid in any way, does it affect my chances of admissions when compared to, say, an equally qualified applicant who has not applied for aid?
So once you and all the students have been offered a firm offer of admission, you both have been admitted to Ashoka University. Uh, so you both are on the level playing field. Now, for the need for the, we are there to bridge the gap between your ability to pay and the cost of the program. So there is no, comparison between your particular information or say your particular case versus somebody else's particular case. So their case and your case are two complete uniquely important cases for us, and which is why I hope this answers your question.
It does.
Yeah.
Also, we do have transfer students as well every year. Are there any financial aid for transfer students?
Yes, we do have financial aid for transfer students. They also apply for the need-based scholarship. Jaiti will talk about it in detail.
Yeah. Okay. So for transfer students, our need-based scholarship process is the same. as it is for any other undergrad student applying to the university. So once you will get an offer of admission, the financial aid or the need-based scholarship form will be made available to you on the portal, and you will also get a 5-day window to fill in the form. And as Tejasvi has explained, that you have to have all the information and documents available with you when you are submitting the form, and you will be required to fill in all the subsections which were mentioned in the webinar previously. So starting with contact details, earning member details, business or professional details, wealth and expenses details, and in the end, your reason that why you want to apply for the financial aid or the need-based scholarship.
Right.
So you have to go through the similar process even if you're applying as a transfer student.
Perfect. Will the full demonstrated need be met, or is it partial when it comes to applying for a need-based scholarship?
So actually, this will depend on the information you are sharing with us. So on, as we've been speaking about the need-based scholarship, that it looks into the holistic background of the student's family. So we also look at your personal context. We also try to look at the income of your family members, their education. If you have any siblings, what are they doing? And also what kind of investments your family have, savings they have, and also the fixed expenses. So as you can see that it's a very holistic assessment of your financial background. And then basis that the committee makes a decision whether they want to, support you partially or a full waiver. So it's completely need based. And we also do consider if a applicant or their family members have an ability to also take an education loan to fund the part of the fees. So it's kind of a combination of how much you can afford, depending on your income and other factors, how much, if there's a eligibility to take an education loan, how much can be covered through the education loan, and then also financially it plays a role wherein it tries to bridge that gap. So depending on your unique financial situation and family background, the decision is made either to support you partially or fully.
Perfect. Um, so we have been having this discussion about the merit-based scholarship, wherein it is only for the sciences specific to computer science, biology, etc. Now, if a student has not applied for need-based scholarship, let's suppose in the first year, but based on the academics, which is not sciences, let's suppose, will the student will be able to get any sort of aid from the university?
No, as previously mentioned, that we only have merit-based scholarship for science students, and then there is this need-based scholarship for everybody else. And in fact, the students who fulfill the criteria for the merit-based scholarship from the sciences background can also apply for the need-based scholarship. So need-based scholarship is available and open to all. And as and when you feel that there is a possibility for you to apply, we would really encourage you to apply for this need-based scholarship. So please do try that you apply for it at the time of joining itself. If you need that your family and you need some support from the university, please do not wait right now to just enter the university and then apply for it in the next year, because then it may get even more difficult, since then you need to justify that why you did not apply when you were joining the university. So if you feel that there is a need for you and for your family to apply for this financial aid and to get some support from the university to help you bridge this gap between the cost and your family's ability to pay, then do apply for it when you're joining the university.
Yeah, I think this is really important for the audience to also understand that there are different kinds of scholarships available, of course, and different kinds of scholarships are available across the country in different universities. And when we talk about specifically to Ashoka, yes, we do have need-based scholarship and income, like it is basically an income-based scholarship that you guys are going to apply for. And then there is merit-based scholarship. Apart from that, we also have Haryana domicile as we spoke about it. So it's really important that once you get an offer from our end, you apply for any of the scholarship that you feel may be applicable to your profile. But also the common questions that I have been receiving, mostly you will be able to apply it in the first year itself when you are getting an offer from us and you are filling in the financial aid form. Um, so now a lot of students, if for example they're applying for education loan, is collateral required for education loan?
No, collateral is not required. It's a collateral-free education loan. And we do have tie-ups with 2 to 3 education loan agencies as well. So one is Credila, the other is Propel,
Propelled.
and third is We Make Scholars.
Yeah.
So We Make Scholars also give scholarships, and you can also apply for education loan. They also have tie-ups with the nationalized banks. So you can also get a better rate of interest if you apply through We Make Scholars. So we have tie-ups with these 3 institutions, and since they are our partner institutions, so they also offer you a better rate of interest. So if you want to apply for an education loan, you can just write to us, let us know, and we can connect you with the concerned person, and they will be happy to help you in this process.
So, when we talk about this need-based scholarship form, a student wants to know what should one do to make their portfolio stand out?
Nothing,
Like,
just be as transparent as they can. Just be, you know, truthful to the form. Be ready with all the proper documentation, not miss a single section. Just, treat every section as equally important and treat the form with, uh, you know, uh, 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 you know,
Yeah, sincerity and honesty.
correct,
This is
sincerity,
exactly
right,
what
right,
we expect from any
yeah,
student who's applying for this need-based scholarship.
right. And it
Because,
will automatically stand out.
yeah, absolutely. So you have to be transparent and forthcoming so that we as a team can support you.
Right.
so this is a question from an applicant's mother. The parents are separated,
Hmm.
and the daughter stays with the mother,
Hmm.
and she's not able to get the pay slips of the husband and the ITRs as well. So, in this case, what should the mother do?
So if in case they are separated legally, they might be having the proof of separation. They can upload that. In the comment section, they can explain it in detail that this is the current state of family right now, with the financial standing split into two halves. Accordingly, they can mention that, like they can explain it in detail there in the comment section and upload the relevant documents related to the separation, their income statements, and that way we'll be able to figure out and help them.
All right. I hope this is not becoming exhausting for you guys. Okay. So if the payslips of your parents, like if the payslips of the parents are in French, will the student need to translate it to attach it to the financial aid application?
Not really. They can attach the original pay slips there.
Original.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Um, so now that, we just got over with the round two as well, I get a lot of questions from the students that, for example, if they don't want to apply for a need-based scholarship, however, they have a Haryana domicile certificate.
Mhm.
So, what is the process? How do they go about it? They do not wish to fill the need-based scholarship. Probably they're not matching the criteria or the
Right,
salary is above the criteria. So
right,
then in that case, how should they communicate with you in terms of providing the Haryana domicile certificate?
right. So for the Haryana domicile students, if they, just wish to avail the benefits of the Haryana domicile fee concession, they only just need to share the Haryana domicile certificate along with the recent ITRs of both the parents in the email, like to the email address financialaid@ashoka.edu.in, and that's simple. That's it. Secondly, if a student from Haryana believes that they require additional aid, additional need-based scholarship, then they can. We always encourage everyone to apply for the need-based scholarship. So if they believe that we need, more uh, uh, financial aid or need-based scholarship, they can always apply for the need-based scholarship, where they are also required to attach the Haryana domicile certificate and fill the form properly so as to uh, make all the details available to us in a proper manner.
Perfect. We do have few more admissions related queries.
Hmm.
Is there any part-time job I can work on once I'm at the campus to pay for my tuition? I think that's not needed. You can do internships based on, you can drop an email to the concerned faculty members if you want to do an internship, or you can also get in touch with the career development office. However, when it comes to paying your tuition fees, it's covered in the need-based scholarship, your residence and tuition. So you will not have to work part-time to actually cover your tuition fees. As a student who has scored math and other commerce subjects, can I apply for BSc Maths course? Yes, you can. You can also check the eligibility criteria, which is published on our website. You can take any subject as like if you want to go ahead with maths, you can take maths as a major and you can take any other subject as a minor. Completely up to you. In the first year, you have 9 foundation courses, and then you declare your major and minor. I'm a pure humanities student and I am applying for English literature. If on the Ashoka admission aptitude test, if I cannot answer numerical questions, will it affect my admission? As I mentioned before, that the assessment also comprises of questions like critical thinking, problem solving, logical reasoning, and then there is one on-the-spot essay as well. So assessment is one component, then your application is one component, and your interview is another component. So we take everything together. It's like your own profile that we take together. So when it comes to your chances getting into Ashoka completely depends upon your profile as a whole, not specific to one thing. I hope I was able to answer that question. Again, there's another question which is related to admissions. I'll take this one and then we'll switch to the need-based scholarship. I have only 76% in class 12th. Is it worth applying? I have been drafting my essay for the past few weeks now. It's not about the one, as I mentioned, it's not about just one specific thing. Of course, we understand, and academics is important. Your academics, your co-curriculars, everything in your profile that defines you is important. But again, we are not specific to one thing. So, no need to worry about it. I understand. But in this case, you should apply, work on your essay, and submit the application, give the assessment. Just be confident about yourself. Furthermore, should the currency in the financial documents of an international student be converted to INR while attaching the documents?
Yes, so while punching in the numbers, convert the currency into INR and then punch in the numbers from the after the currency conversion. And for the attachment purposes, you can upload the originals along with a self-declaration stating that this is the currency rate and this is how you've calculated all the numbers. And you can attach that letter with the original income statements or any other financial document, and this way it will help us.
Perfect. Can you apply for both the scholarships at the same time, the need-based and the merit-based?
So need-based, yes, definitely. But for the merit-based, you cannot apply. You need not apply. Ashoka University will shortlist you basis on the preferences that you've declared in the admissions form. And maybe Chaiti can help you with slightly more details here.
Yeah, of course. So yes, as Tejasvi rightly mentioned, that for merit-based scholarship, we shortlist you. And if you're interested in applying, then you can fill in that form. And also you can fill in the need-based form so that in case or maybe by chance, if you do not qualify for the merit-based scholarship, you can always get the need-based scholarship if you qualify for it. Also, as I mentioned, that for merit-based scholarships, you have to maintain a certain CGPA. And your class 12 scores should be a final certain score if right now you are just submitting your predicted grades. So in case in those situations, if you do not meet the criteria or if you're unable to maintain the CGPA, then your merit scholarship component will be removed, but your need-based component will continue. So if through need-based scholarship you qualify for a certain amount of waiver or a fee concession, then that can continue. And your merit scholarship component might be removed if you are unable to maintain the required CGPA. So yes, we do encourage that you should be applying for need-based scholarship as well, even if you are shortlisted for the merit-based scholarship.
Perfect. I would just read out the whole gist of the question, I'll not go specific. So for example, if someone's parent might lose their job and the last 3 years ITRs were good in terms of the income, but from this year, the income would hinder. So in that case, what the student should mention in the profile in order to get a higher amount of need-based scholarship?
So we request all the students and the parents to be transparent to us in all possible ways. So in this case, in this particular case, they can attach the previous income statements which are available, which is the ITRs, and they will be having relieving letters. They will be having resignation letters, and also the form 26 AS for this ongoing financial year will talk about the income that they are being, received, they're being getting. So that would, help us understand whether the parents are currently in the state of unemployment or employment. They can also, in the comment section, attach a letter or maybe explain there what is the current state of employment slash unemployment, and if they are in a transition state, or if they are about to switch to different company and this is the sabbatical period that they are on, so we can definitely consider that.
All right. Um, Also, if, for example, a student got a need-based scholarship or a merit scholarship, etc., um, is it possible for the student to not continue with any of the scholarships if in case they would want to, just withdraw from the scholarship and pay the full amount of fee structure from second or probably third year?
Yes, that's a voluntary thing. They can do that. Uh, However, the if both of them are if they've received both the scholarships, then the higher of them prevails. Uh, However, if they voluntarily opt out of it, then they can. Yes.
All right. Um, Okay, so we also again have few questions related to admissions.
Mhm.
Um, I have my board exam on May 5th and may not be available to take the assessment. Any scope to prepone or postpone it? So basically, we keep our assessment on weekends, which is a good part about it that you don't have to like juggle with your schedule. In the work, like you will have to reach out to the admissions team for that matter. However, changing a date, I don't think so would be feasible, but in special case scenarios, you can reach out to the admissions team explaining your concern, explaining what is the issue right now, and then they can take it forward regarding the same. So you will have to drop an email to the admissions team regarding the same. We have already mentioned the email ID of admissions team as well. I am currently pursuing BCom in some college and want to apply for Eco and International Relations. Am I eligible? You will have to basically, so for your economics and maths is mandatory in grade 12th. So you are supposed to have that. Apart from that, it also depends, are you applying as a transfer student or as a fresh applicant? So again, you can reach out to the admissions team regarding the same. Um, all right. Now, so this question I can take. My son is currently in grade 12th standard and will be completing 12th next year. Are these dates applicable for anyone currently studying in 12th or has completed the 12th? So this is basically for the students who have completed their grade 12th right now and they are appearing for boards and applying to Ashoka this year. If your son is in grade 12th, just promoted to grade 12th right now. So the dates would be published in the month of October when we start with the admission cycle of 2026. Any aid to cover personal and living expenses, that is basically covered in your residence itself, which basically is a part of your need-based scholarship, which covers tuition and residence. So we have no more questions now. Um, we're done with all the questions, so we can wrap up. Let me just check if we have. No, we don't have questions. So,
I'd like to pitch in.
yeah.
I'd like to request all the students and the parents present here that if in case you have any questions, please feel free to write to us at financialaid@ashoka.edu.in, and we'll be very happy to help you over the email. Just in case if there are any specific queries related to your case, your financial standing, anything related to the documents that should be uploaded to the financial aid form or financial aid form in general, which is also called the need-based scholarship form, please write an email to financialaid@ashoka.edu.in, and we are more than happy to help you there.
Perfect. Jyoti, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I would just like to mention that for now, please focus on your application and try to submit your application within the window of 25th April, and do not worry about the finances. We are there to support you once you receive an offer. We will be there to help you and guide you in submitting this need-based scholarship form. And also, yes, wishing all you all the very best for your application. So yes, that's it. Thank you.
All right. So, with that, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you for joining us. We hope that this webinar was helpful in understanding Ashoka's commitment towards making education affordable and accessible. We would really appreciate if you could please take a minute to share your valuable feedback with us. The link of the feedback, I think, would be in the chat box. Again, I would also want to inform the audience that the recording of this session will be available on Ashoka's YouTube channel in case if you would want to share it with your friends or watch it again. The last date to submit your application, the final round of Ashoka's undergraduate program is 25th April 2025. So don't wait, apply soon. It's just 10 days, and you can reach out to us anytime if you have any doubts. If you have any further queries, you can also write to us at ugapply@ashoka.edu.in or connect us on the number given on the screen. We would be happy to help you. So, this brings us to the end of the session. I wish you all the best with your Ashoka application and your boards.